महान्तये रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम् अञ्जनानन्दनं वीरं जानकी शोकनाशनं कपीशमक्षहन्तारं वन्दे लङ्काभयङ्करम्। नमोऽस्तु रामाय सलक्ष्मणाय देव्यै च तस्यै जनकात्मजायै नमोऽस्तु रुद्रेन्द्रयमानिलेभ्यो नमोऽस्तु चन्द्रार्कमरुद्गणेभ्यः। ॐ नमः परमहंसास्वादितचरणकमलचिन्मकरन्दाय भक्तजनमानसनिवासाय श्रीरामचन्द्राय ॐ। So we are in the 11th sarga. We just finished 10th sarga previously. Atha ekadasha sargaha. So yesterday, as I was attempting to say, there are 2 points that I want to make before we proceed into the sarga itself. 2 points, which is first is lest I forget, so I'm stating them first. First is the fact that first of all we should recollect where we are contextually in the story. We are at a place where Dasharatha decides that he should have a son, a child, a son, and then he gets this idea that he has to do Ashwamedha Yaga, and then he consults his ministers, and then he consults his Purohitas, gets their permission, and then they decide that Ashwamedha Yaga should be done, and then the meeting is dispersed. Dasharatha goes back to his what should I say, goes back to his palace, and Sumantra comes there to his palace, to the inner chambers, and then Sumantra suggests that he recounts a story that he has heard of earlier. In the oral tradition, he has heard it, and he says, I have heard a story in which Sanat Kumara speaks about some future events. So later in this sarga, he will say, so these events happened in Deva Yuga, which is Satya Yuga, and they are in Treta Yuga. So it happened in the previous Yuga that Sanat Kumara happened to say like this, that there will be a rishi called Rishashringa, and there will be a king called Dasharatha, and this Rishashringa will perform a sacrifice or a yaga for Dasharatha, and due to that he will get children. So I was trying to remind you yesterday that while we are in 11th sarga, in the 9th sarga, Sumantra started to recount the story, and he recounts as is Valmiki style in the direct speech of Sanat Kumara, and Sanat Kumara recounts future. So he's talking about the future. So wherever Sanat Kumara's words come, he is using future tense. And then in the previous sarga, because the 9th sarga ended at a phase where Sumantra tells Dashratha that Rishishringa was brought and got married to Angaraja's daughter Shanta. So Dashratha is excited, interested, as in amazed. How did they bring Rishishringa, such a great sage? How did they bring him to the kingdom? So when he asked that, so Sumantra recounts, but he is recounting past. So he uses past tense. Now again, when it comes to this sarga, he finishes that story of how Rishishringa is brought to Angadesha and he is married to Shanta. And then in this sarga again, Sumantra continues where he left in the last story. In the previous sarga, in the 9th sarga, where he left off, from there he is starting this sarga. So I was saying yesterday two things. One is that you should recollect, you should pay attention to this fact that I was trying to give some kind of adhyatmic interpretation to Ramayana, which is to say that it is an adhyatmic shastra, it is all Vedanta. So in that sense, as I have been saying, as Mahatmas say, and I have been telling you, which is that the belief that there is a Deha Vyatirikta Atma is the first step towards an adhyatmic life. So interestingly, in Vedanta Sara, you will see that Charvaka is shown as the first step towards Adhyatmic life, because he turns your attention from the Gaunatma to the Mukhyatma. So your sense of identity is extending towards everything. This me and mine gets extended to everything. So Charvaka is telling, no, you restrict your sense of me to you yourself. Of course, ultimately in the Vedanta kind of understanding, there is Sarvatma Bhava, but that is a different thing. So from there it starts, but then he just thinks this body is me, there is nothing beyond this body. So when the body dies, I die, such kind of notion is what he's having. But then at some point in time, maybe by Ishvara's grace, like by Sumantra's advice here, by Ishvara's grace, he realizes that it cannot be the case. There should be some Deha Vyatirikta Atma. This cannot be the end. And then elders have been saying this. So this is called Vruddha Vyavahara. Elders have been saying it. And it seems to me also that that cannot be the case. So therefore now I have to, let's say, actualize this self in me. So Dasharatha, that's the thought that Dasharatha is getting from this mere Charvaka kind of Dehatmavada. from there, now he is rising to the step of having a Deha Vyatirikta Atma, which is the Sankalpa that he has now, and that Sankalpa will fructify in he getting children, in the sense that it is the Sankalpa which the Sadhaka, which makes the Sadhaka come to terms with the fact that yes, there is some Deha Vyatirikta Atma. So like that comes through Vruddha Vyavahara and through Shastra in the Sadhaka's context. Here Sumantra is kind of reinstating that fact. So you have Vruddha Vyavahara and Shastra or Veda reinstates it. So here it's happening in the similar way. Um, and then interestingly, he is going to get 4 children. But you don't have 4 selves within you, right? So you just have one self. So what is the meaning? It's very easy. So it's easy in the sense that there is something called there is something called there is only one self within you, but then that self is experienced in 3 states. So Jagrat, Swapna and Sushupti. So Rama and Lakshmana. So Rama is there always, like consciousness, Atma continues in all the 3 states. In fact, that's why it's called Atma also. Shankara very nicely in the beginning of Aitareya Upanishad, he gives this definition for Atma, and elsewhere also, but there he gives. So why Atma? So Atta Satatya Gamane, from this, so he gives 3, I think 2 or 3 derivations for this word Atma. So one of the roots, so Ada Bhakshane, Atta Satatya Gamane, and then Aplu Vyaptau, I think. So this Atta Satatya Gamane, I think from there he gives that this dhatu Atta means Satatya Gamane. That means it goes, it continues. So it continues means what? It continues to exist in the Jagrat, in the Swapna, and in the Sushupti. So that is this Atma. So Lakshmana and Rama are always together, in the sense that Lakshmana is the Jagrat Avastha, and Bharata is the Swapna Avastha, and Shatrughna is the Sushupti Avastha. So how are you saying that? Because with a little thought, maybe it's explicit. Shatrughna, so Shatru means, so Shatrughno Nitya Shatrughna, it comes in Ramayana. Shatrughna in the story of Ramayana has very little role. So that is like in Sushupti, there is nothing to talk about. There is very less to talk about, So that's how Shatrughna is. And then much of the story happens along with Lakshmana. Lakshmana is always seen with Rama. So that is the Jagrad Avastha. And Bharata always, in most of the story. So he is imitating the lifestyle of this Vanavasa Rama. So Rama and Lakshmana are in Vanavasa, and Bharata is imitating that lifestyle. He's staying in Nandigrama, and he's staying there. So this is the Swapnavastha is somewhat of an imitation of the Jagrad Avastha. What you have in the Jagrad Avastha, you have in the Swapnavastha also. So something like that. So he gets 4 sons means, so this person who believed so far that this Deha itself is the ultimate thing, now he gets 4 sons. That means he gets this consciousness which continues in 3 states. So it's as the 4. And then it also falls in place with, I was trying to draw some parallels with Kathopanishad based on what Swamiji was recently also drawing. I mean, he was talking about Kathopanishad in this sense. He was giving this perspective, and I thought it applies very nicely to Ramayana also, which is that in Kathopanishad, the story, I mean, the teaching starts with Nachiketa asking Yama. He goes to Yamaloka. So he asks Yama that, so Astityeke Nayam Astiti Chaike. So some people say after the death of the body, there is nothing. So there is something. Some people say asti, and some others say there is nothing, nasti. So asti iti chaike, nayam asti iti chaike. Some people say there is nothing. Some people say there is something, and then he says, "You are the best one to tell me what's the right answer." And then Yama votes to he gives his vote, casts his vote towards asti. So asti ityevo upalabdhavyaha. He says asti. Of course, that asti ityevo upalabdhavyaha is in a Vedantic sense also. And then in Kathopanishad, so Swamiji drew attention to this fact that it is Jiva Rupena Upakramaha. So the teaching in Kathopanishad starts with talking about the Jiva itself. So the Jiva has to examine himself. So Upakrama is starting. How the teaching starts is as though now it is talking about the Jiva, but then Ishvara Rupena Upasamhara. By the time the Upanishad concludes, it's as though speaking about Ishvara. So Etad Vaitat and things like that. So that means that this Jiva and Ishvara are the same thing. So this is also like that. So Rama is ultimately this Rama, Dasharathi is the same Rama who is Ayodhyapati later. This is what I tried to tell earlier also. So some kind of perspective I thought I will add. So the second thing, very important and very practical to our life, practical to everybody in life, is in this very sarga you will see that Sumantra concludes his narration of the past. So it's very explicit. Sanat Kumara says there will be a Dasharatha, there will be a Rishishringa. This Dasharatha will go to the Rishishringa and request him to come and help him perform the yaga or oversee, supervise the yaga. So and then Dasharatha will perform the yaga and he will get children. So 4 children. I think he uses the plural. I don't remember. We have to see in this sarga whether Sanat Kumara explicitly says 4. It comes in this sarga, but he uses plural. So he will have 4 children. So these things he says. And then Sumantra also later tells, just after finishing that narration, Sumantra tells, now you should go and get that Rishishringa to our kingdom. So you will see here, so Dasharatha could have just said, so this is one of the important messages in Ramayana which Sita Devi tells Hanuman later in the Sundarakanda, that she asks Hanuman, how is Rama? Has he forgotten Purushakara in the expectation that Daiva will take care of things? So there are two forces in life, something called Daiva and something called Purushakara. So Daiva, so astrologers are called Daivagnyas. Their Daiva means luck. Okay, so something like all the unknown factors are called Daiva, and then Purushakara is human effort. So Sita Devi says that both of them have to go together. So there is some kind of, let's say, luck factor, there is some God's grace always, but then you should do your effort also. So even in this case, even though Dasharatha has now heard this story from a very close friend Sumantra, he has directly heard that a person no less than Sanat Kumara himself has said that Dasharatha will get children, he will do all this, then he could have just remained as in, okay, he said it, so it will happen by itself. No, that is not the case. He, having heard it, he also acts upon it, he does this thing. So this is one of the messages of Ramayana which Sita Devi very nicely brings out, and that shloka which she says there, you can see an actual application of that shloka here itself. So I remember in my, I mean younger days, more younger days or childhood, I remember watching a movie on TV. I don't remember the details where. So a person gets this boon from Venkateshwara or whatever. He gets a boon saying that you will know the person's future. So if he looks at somebody, he will be able to tell his future. And so in that story, I mean, it's a nice plot. It goes that way, and later he realizes some things. But then he tells one person that you will pass your exam with like the state topper or something like that, and this person believes, so he becomes very famous for his predictions. He makes a prediction to somebody that you will become the state topper, and that boy, very intelligent studious boy till then, when he hears this prediction from this person, he doesn't even go to exam. So he just, what should I say, so he takes to very bad habits, he gets mad, and then he doesn't even go to his exam. And then what will happen now? So that is always there. So I mean, then of course that prediction doesn't come true. So what I'm trying to say, is that even when this Daiva is there, Purushakara also should be there. That is what we are going to see in this Sarga. So let's proceed. Let's see how it goes. This Sarga, if possible, we will finish it in this session, or we will carry forward in the next session, whatever is left, if there is any. अथ एकादश सर्गः भूय एव हि राजेन्द्र शृणु मे वचनं हितं यथा सद्देवप्रवरः कथयामास बुद्धिमान्. So bhuya eva hi Rajendra. So bhuya means, okay, once again, hey Rajendra, hey Dasharatha, shrunu me vachanam, my words, please listen. Hitam, why should I listen? Because it's going to do good to you. So hitam vachanam shrunu, once again. So once again means now I'm going to continue what he says. So again he will start with direct speech. यथा स देवप्रवरः कथयामास. So सः that देवप्रवरः means देवश्रेष्ठः सनत्कुमारः, बुद्धिमान, intelligent, that Sanatkumara kathayamasa, yatha kathayamasa, so that you shrunu from me. So what he said, that you listen from me. And then like his Valmiki's style, so he just goes on with direct speech. From next shloka onwards is direct speech of Sanat Kumara. So you can see that he is using future tense now. So bhavishyanti in that second shloka, bhavishyati. So ikshvakunam kule jato bhavishyati sudharmikaha namna dasharatho raja श्रीमान सत्य प्रतिश्रवः. So ikshvakunam kule jato bhavishyati. Jato bhavishyati means there will, I mean, there will be born. So he's talking about the future. So in future, jato bhavishyati, ikshvakunam kule, in the lineage of Ikshvaku, a sudharmikaha, a very dharmic person will be born. And then what is his name? Namna Dasharatha. By name of Dasharatha, he will be famous. So Namna Dasharatho Raja, Raja Dasharatha. So he will be called Dasharatha. So Shriman Satya Parakramaha, Satya Pratishhravaha. Shriman means he has a lot of wealth at his disposal. And then Satya Pratishhravaha is, so when he makes this some pledge, so he sees to the end of that pledge. So when he undertakes some task, he sees to its completion. Such a Raja will be born in that lineage of Ikshvaku, and his name will be called Dasharatha. Angarajena sakyancha tasya rajno bhavishyati, kanya chasya mahabhaga shantanam bhavishyati. So if you remember in the ninth Sarga when we were discussing, I was telling about how Tilakakara never mentions anywhere about Shanta being the daughter of Dasharatha. He says Shanta is the daughter of Angaraja Romapada, whereas these other two Tikakaras say so Shanta is the daughter of Dasharatha. So when I saw the Tika there that this Tilakakara doesn't mention Shanta as the daughter of Dasharatha, so I was wondering how would he explain this shloka. So I turned pages and came to the Sarga and saw the shloka. So here also he doesn't mention, but let me tell you what he does. So Angarajena Sakyancha Tasya Ragno Bhavishyati. So Tasya means here Dasharathasya. So to that Dasharatha, there will be friendship with this Angaraja. Angarajena Sakyam. Sakyam means friendship. So with Angaraja, he will form a friendship. Tasya Ragnaha Bhavishyati. So that friendship, there will be friendship between this Dasharatha. This Dasharatha is Tasya Dasharathasya Angarajena. With Angaraja Romapada, there will be friendship. And this Kanyachasya Mahabhaga Shanta Nama Bhavishyati. So Mahabhaga is, so it's an adjective to Kanya Shanta. So Mahabhaga means, so literally it means you can say a beautiful one, or you can say that auspicious, gracious one, you can say. So that Kanya means daughter here. So Shanta Nama Bhavishyati, name, by name of Shanta there will be a daughter. But now the moot point is to whom. So to whom this Shanta will be born. So here Asya Valmiki is telling Asya Kanya Mahabhaga Shanta Nama Bhavishyati. So Tilakakara is telling this Asya means Angarajasya and not Dasharathasya, whereas the other two Tikakaras are telling Asya means Dasharathasya only. So it is Dasharatha's daughter is what the other Tikakaras are telling, whereas Tilakakara is telling this is Angaraja's daughter. That's how he settles this issue. And then to be fair to Tilakakara, it will come later, lest I forget, I'm telling it here only. He says in his Tika that there is some shloka available like this in some editions. So even in his time, he says in some editions there are so edition I am using, but some manuscript he found where these shlokas are there, where there's an explicit statement that Shanta is the daughter of Dasharatha. So he says maybe that could be the case. So he says this somewhere else in the Sarga itself, but I'm telling you here. But the main line that he takes is actually Shanta is Angaraja's daughter, and then Angaraja and Dasharatha are very good friends, and some distant kind of relationship is there, and that relationship, the end result of that relationship happens to be that Rishishringa is as good as son-in-law even to Dasharatha, but he doesn't say explicitly that Shanta is the daughter of Dasharatha. Anyway, so fourth shloka, पुत्रस्त्वङ्गस्य राज्ञस्तु रोमपाद इति श्रुतः तंसराजा दशरथो गमिष्यति महायशाः. So putrastvangस्य rajñah. So here angasya rajñah means to that Angaraja. So here this Angaraja is not Romapada. Here Angaraja in this shloka is Romapada's father, because he's telling to Angaraja there will be a son called Romapada. So here you should take Angaraja means Romapada's father. So Angasya Rajñah means to that king of Angadesha there will be a putra by name Romapada, and he will be famous by the name Romapada. So I told you Itishrutaha. So I told you this Itishrutaha is something that Valmiki uses. So Ramo Nama Janai Shrutaha and things like that. So it means that his name is Rama. Here it means his name is Romapada. He will be called by the name of Romapada. Tamsaraja Dasharatho Gamishyati Mahayashaha. So that Mahayasha, that Dasharatha with great fame, that Dasharatha will go to this Raja Dasharatha will go to that Angaraja Romapada. And then what will he say? Anapatyosmi dharmatman shanta bharta mama kratum ahareta tvaya jnaptaha santanartham kulasya cha anapatyosmi. So Dasharatha will go and tell him, hey Romapada, hey friend, that I don't have a son. Anapatyosmi. So I am somebody who doesn't have a son. Apatyaha means son. Anapatyaha means so one who does not have a son. And he says, I am an anapatya. So Dharmatma, he's appealing to his dharmic senses. Why? Because a son is required. So Aputrasya Gatir Nasti and things like that. So they had that system where a son is required to continue the lineage. So that's what he's telling. Santanartham Kulasya cha. So I want a son, I want a child for myself, and then my lineage should continue. For that there should be a son. So for that, what do I plan to do is I will plan to do an Ashwamedha Yaga, and then I want your son-in-law. So Dharmatman, hey Dharmatman Angaraja, Shanta Bharta Mamakratum Ahareta. So Shanta Bharta means the husband of Shanta, Rishishringa. So my Mamakratum means my this Kratu, my Yajna, Ashwamedha Yajna. He will, what will he do? Aharet. Aharet means he will, so he will cause it to be done. So that means he will supervise. He will be the, what should I say, the Ritvik for that Yaga. who's the head and under whose supervision everybody does the yaga. So tvayajñaptaha aharet. So if you allow him, he will come to my place and he will cause me, he will let me do that yaga. So and why do I want to do this yaga? So he will say, Dharmatman, you know that there should be a son. So you know this dharma, and what is that dharma? Santanartham kulasya. So for a son for myself, and also that my lineage should continue. And then Shrutva Ragnoth Tadvakyam Manasa Vichintya cha Pradasyate Putravantam Shanta Bhartaramatmavan Shrutva Ragnoth Tadvakyam. So Ragnaha, that Dasharatha's words, Ragnaha Vakyam means Dasharatha's words, Shrutva, having heard, what will he do? Manasacha Vichintya cha. So Manasa Vichintya, in his mind, that Angaraja will also think that yeah, this is his desire is legitimate. He wants a son. Is a great lineage of Ikshvaku. That lineage has to continue. All this he's thinking in his mind. Manasa Vichintya. And then what will he do? So Pradasyate Putravantam Shanta Bhartaram Atmavan. So Pradasyate Putravantam. Pradasyate means he will give. He will give means he will request Shanta Bharta Rishishringa to go to Dasharatha, and then he will permit Rishishringa to go, and Rishishringa also will go, and things like that. So Putravantam Shanta Bhartaram. There are two things here that I want to explain. So Putravantam means one who has a son. So it shows perhaps that Rishishringa and Shanta had a son. It could mean that, but then Tikakaras are telling Putravantam means, so there are Vidhi Vakyas like that, one who has a son. So Jataputraha Krishna Keshi Agni Nadadhita. So one who has a son and one whose hair is still black. Okay, so such a person should do this. So some karya. So Agni. So he is called an Ahitagni. So he is Nitya Agni Hotra. He does, this person who has a son. So this Putravantam shows that he has the Adhikara. Adhikara means eligibility. So that Adhikara to perform Agnihotra. So that's the indication. Putravantam means he has the Adhikara to perform Agnihotra. That is being indicated here. Shanta Bhartaram. And then Atmavan. So Atmavan is he who has his mind under control. So I thought today I will tell a little on this, because Atmavan and things like that keep coming in Ramayana, we have seen earlier also. So because this being a dharma text also, so what does it mean to have the mind under control? So there's a mind, there is nigraha. Okay, there is some control over the mind. So allow me to quote some shloka from the Bhagavad Gita, and there is a very nice small discussion there, which small means 1 or 2 lines of discussion which Shankara does there. So mind you, Shankara's Bhagavad Gita Bhashyam is very, what should I say, very small. I mean, he doesn't go into elaborate discussions, but very terse. Even one line if he says, he has a lot of deep meaning there. So in third chapter, so Shreyan Swadharmo Vigunaha. So that shloka is there. So just 2 shlokas before that. So that is 335 or something, and then the 2 shlokas that I'm going to say now is 333 and 334. So Sadrisham Cheshtate Swasyah Prakriter Jnanavanapi Prakritim Yanti Bhutani Nigrahah Kim Karishyati. So Krishna is telling this. So Krishna is telling that people act according to their own prakriti, that is their own samskaras. Prakritim Yanti Bhutani, and then Prakrite Sadrisham Cheshtate. So even a Jnani, Jnanavanapi, even a Jnani will do things according to his own prakriti, his own samskara he will do. And Prakritim Yanti Bhutani, these people act according to, everyone acts according to Prakriti. Nigraha Kim Karishyati. What's the use of having any Nigraha? So that's what Krishna is telling. There is no use of having any control, because see, if you are programmed to act in a particular way, then what does it mean to say that you have to have Nigraha? If you are programmed to say, if you are feeling thirsty, you want to drink water, so you are programmed towards it, then what does it mean when you say you should have Nigraha? So this is the meaning of the shloka. And then Shankaracharya, just before he introduces the next shloka, he writes a line saying, if Nigraha Kim Karishyati, what is the use of having Nigraha? If this is said, then the entire Shastra becomes useless. So what does it mean to have so much literature of Shastra which is talking so much about Nigraha? But then Bhagavan is telling that Nigraha Kim Karishyati, what's the use of having all these restraints or discipline in life, when everybody does according to their own samskaras, prakriti. So to answer that question, Bhagavan himself answers in the next shloka. So indriyasya indriyasyarthe ragadvesho vyavasthito tayorna vashamagachet tauhyasya paripanthinau. So actually these 2 shlokas are very beautiful, very relevant to a sincere spiritual sadhaka in life. So I remember, so one of my teachers told this to me at a very, I mean, at a phase or at a, what should I say, at a, when I was in a state where things were very confused, and this is how they taught. So Gita has lessons for us and in our daily practical life. So at that stage, he told me these two shlokas and this Bhashyam line, and it made a lot of impression on me. So anyway, so what I'm trying to say, what Krishna says there, and what Bhashyakar also highlights is, yes, people act according to their samskaras, but then, so, and then my teacher added saying, but then a seeker should not give in to those samskaras. And how do those samskaras operate? So indriyasya arthe ragadvesho vyavasthito. Those samskaras act according to ragadvesha. So what we should do is, even before ragadveshas are born out of our own samskaras, but even before ragadveshas take over you, you should put a control there itself. You should put a break there itself. And how do you put a break there? So you put it through Shastra. So that's where Shastra comes into picture, and says that don't give in to your Ragadvesha, and that is what it means to say that Tasmat Shastram Pramanam and things like that, and Swadharma and things like that. So you don't give in to Tayorna Vashamagachet, don't give in to those Ragadveshas. So once Ragadveshas come, they will push you into action, into whatever is your object of desire. They will push you into it, and they will not let you discriminate between whether it is good or bad. So even before, this is the traditional answer also, even before ragadveshas arise, you have to let the shastra operate on you, so that you have a certain discipline in life. So why am I trying to say all this? Tauhyasya paripanthino, so they are your enemies on the path. So that's what Krishna says. So tayorna vashamagachet, don't come into the grip of ragadvesha. Ragadveshas. Why am I telling all this? Is this Atmavan? I thought today I will explain a little, because whenever Atmavan and such adjectives are coming, I'm just giving a loose explanation. So hereafter, sometimes maybe depending on Bhagwan's inspiration. So if there is something to add to these adjectives, hereafter I will add. So for now, I have added Atmavan. I have reference to Gita and Shankara's Bhashyam. So the idea is, Atmavan means, so he doesn't act according to his Ragadveshas. He acts according to what the Shastra is telling, what Veda is telling, so that now our Ragadveshas have no say over us. That means our mind has no say over us. Our samskaras have no say over us. We are in control. They are not in control of us, but we are in control. And how do you bring about that? So that's the system that we had, which is that you give in to the control or the authority of Shastra and act according to it. So some objective kind of authority is there, which is not anybody's imposition on you. So it's an objective authority. So that's how they looked upon it. So you act according to it, and don't act according to your own whims and fancy. So this Atmavan means this. He does not give in. So Tayorna Vashamagachet. So he, Atmavan means he's in the control. He's not in the control of Ragadveshas, but he is in, the Ragadveshas are in his control. Ragadveshas means Pravritti and Nivritti are in his control, and he acts according to the Shrutis, Vidhi and things like that. Anyway, so Atmavan. Uh, Continuing, so Pratigrihyach tam vipram saraja vigatajvaraha aharishyati tam yajnam prahrishtenantaratmana Pratigrihya. So tam vipram pratigrihya. So that Vipra is the Brahmana Rishashringa. Dasharatha takes or accepts from Angaraja, and then Raja Vigatajvaraha. So he is now relieved that, yeah, Rishashringa is coming. So Rishashringa has this great fame that even if he enters your place, your what should I say, your wrong action is nullified, and your result is obtained. We have seen in the case of Angaraja, in the case of Angadesha, even as he enters Angadesha, it starts raining. So something like that. So now Dasharatha is happy. Yes, my desire is going to be fulfilled. Then aharishyati tam yajnam prahrishtenantaratmana. So Sanat Kumara is telling that Raja will also aharishyati tam yajnam aharishyati, that yajna, Ashwamedha yajna, he will complete. So mind you, here nowhere yet Putrakameshti has come. Putrakameshti will come later as a suggestion, perhaps by Rishishringa only. So as of now, Yajnam you should understand as Ashwamedha only, because if you are reading Valmiki for the first time, Putrakameshti hasn't come yet. Anyway, so Aharishyati tam yajnam prahristena antaratmana. So that Dasharatha will complete that yajna with a very happy heart. So prahristena antaratmana. Antaratma means by a, you can say, heart. So with a very satisfied, happy heart, he will complete that yajna. Tam charaja dasharatho yashaskaamah kritanjalihi rishyashringam dvijashreshtham varaishyati dharmavit. So dharmavit raja, tam cha raja dasharatho yashaskaamah kritanjalihi. So Varaishyati means this Raja Dasharatha will request Rishyashringa. And how will he request? Kritanjalihi. He will join his palms together Aharishyati, aharet. So I have to check. I have to check the root. So aharishyati. Um, okay, let me not guess. I will check and tell you. It's tempting to guess, but let me not. So aharishyati. So varaishyati is he will request that Risheshringa Kritanjali, he will fold hands and request him Yashaskamaha, that Dasharatha who desires fame, that Dasharatha will fold his palms and request that Dvijasreshta Risheshringa and that Dharmavit Dasharatha, so that Dasharatha who knows Dharma. So according to Dharma, so if you have to request somebody, you have to be humble and request. So that's why Kritanjalihi. So Kritanjalihi Varaishyati. So he will request. What does he request? He is telling in the next shloka. Yajna. Why does he request? Yajnartham prasavartham cha swargartham cha nareshwaraha labhate cha satam kamam dvijamukhyat vishampatihi. So vishampatihi means so ruler or the head of subjects. That means the ruler of people. So vishampatihi Dasharatha labhate cha satam kamam. The desire of Dasharatha will be fulfilled. Labhate, actually labhate is present tense, but then it should mean, because Sanat Kumara is using future tense elsewhere, it should mean lapsyate. He will obtain in the future. So labhate we say is lat is present tense, and then lapsyate is rut is future tense. But then you can interpret it in two ways. Either you can say that that Sumantra is excited and he suddenly put it in the present tense, or you can say this is Valmiki's Arsha Prayoga. So Rishi's Prayoga is that even when he used lat, he means rut only actually. And then Varaishyati. So for what did he request? So Yajnartham, he requested Risheshringa for a yajna, for this yajna. And then why should you want to perform a yajna? So Prasavartham, for the sake of a child. So he requested Risheshringa to preside over a yajna so that he will have child. But why should you have a child? So Swargartham. So for the sake of Swarga, he wants a son. For the sake of son, he wants to perform yajna, and for the sake of this yajna, he requests Risheshringa. So Varaishyati Yajnartham Prasavartham Swargartham. That's the meaning. So Yajnartham Varaishyati. Why should you perform the yajna? Prasavartham Yajnartham Varaishyati, and then Swargartham is he actually wants Swarga. And then of course there are Smriti Vakyas like that, Aputrasya Gatir Nasti and things like that. So if you want Swarga, you should have son and things like that. Anyway, so putraschasya bhavishyanti चत्वारो मितविक्रमाः वंशप्रतिष्ठानकरा सर्वभूतेषु विश्रुताः. So Sanat Kumara is telling putraschasya bhavishyanti, he will have sons. So bhavishyanti, that means in the future. So he will have sons. This Dasharatha will have sons. How many? Chatvaraha, 4 sons he will have. So I told you what do those 4 sons mean. Anyway, and we know 4 sons is Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata and Shatrughna, and they are Amita Vikramaha. Amita Vikramaha means their prowess is immeasurable. So such kind of sons he will have. And then Vamsha Pratisthana Karaha, they will uphold the great, what should I say, fame, Pratishtha of Ikshvaku kings. And then it also means that lineage will continue. So Pratisthana here also means continuation of the lineage. So Vamsha Pratisthana Karaha, Sarva Bhuteshu Vishrutaha, they will be very famous amongst all people. And of course it's very true, till this day Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna are remembered. So there is something called Andhra Bhagavatam. So it's Bhagavatam written in Telugu language by Potana. So all of you must be knowing. I'm sure Prasad ji also must be knowing. So in that there is a nice padyam. So like you have shlokas in Sanskrit, you have kind of similar thing in, so like we have Naladiyar and things like that in Tamil, you have padyams in Telugu. So there is a very nice padyam. I don't remember the full padyam, but then Kare Rajulu Rajamul Kalugave Garvonatin Pundare Vareri Perainan Galade. So there is a padyam like that which Bali tells his guru Shukracharya in that context. But that padyam means there have been so many kings, and then they have ruled over so many kingdoms, and then but then does their even does their name remain? So nobody even remembers their name. But then Ide Korkulu Varalan Marat Talature Ikkalamun Bhargava, something like that. So people remember, but then Shivi Pramukhulan. So there are people, great Dharmatmas, Shibi and others. Those people think of them even till today because they are Dharmatmas. So that is something like that. So Sarva Bhuteshu Vishrutaha, they will be very famous amongst people because they are great dharmic people. So great fame they have achieved that even till today we remember all of their names. एवं सद्वे देवप्रवरः पूर्वं कथितवान् कथां सनत्कुमारो भगवान् पुरा देवयुगे प्रभुः. So Sanatkumara katham kathitavan. Purvam katham kathitavan. That Sanatkumara earlier he told this story or he spoke these words, and then everything else is a and then Deva Yuga, in Deva Yuga, in Krita Yuga or Satya Yuga he told this story, and then there are adjectives to the Sanatkumara. Prabhuhu means so Bhagavan, and then Bhagavan is anyway there, so Prabhuhu means the Lord, and then Bhagavan also means Bhagavan. So and then anyway Deva Pravaraha, so Shrestha amongst Deva. So he is a great jnani. That's the idea. And Sanat Kumara story we know, he comes in Chandogya Upanishad. He is the guru of Narada. So he's a great jnani. He's one of the four Brahmamanasa Putras. We know these things. So this is the story that Dasharatha, so Sanat Kumara tells, has told in the past, and then Sumantra reminds him. Sumantra narrates the story to Dasharatha. So thus far, future tense has ended. Now Sumantra is telling, now you should go and get him. सत्वं पुरुषशार्दूल समानय सुसत्कृतं स्वयमेव महाराज गत्वा सबलवाहनः. So Satvam means that you means that Dasharatha who has been spoken of by Sanat Kumara, Tvam, you. So you are that Dasharatha spoken of by Sanat Kumara. So what you should do now, Purusha Shardula, hey, best amongst men. So what you should do, Shardula literally means tiger. So Purusha Shardula means best amongst men. So what should you do? Samanaya. So go and get him. And how should you get him? Susatkritam. So you go worship him and bring him as fits his dignity, or as it fits his kind of authority. With that reverence you get him. So Swayameva Gatva. Hey Maharaja, Swayameva Gatva. You yourself go and get him. Don't say, okay, he's a great rishi, so I will send Purohitas, I will send my priest and I will invite him. No, you yourself go, and then you go Sabala Vahanaha with your Bala. That means with a nice army and with lot of, what should I say, so a lot of chariots and all that. So you go with the retinue and get him, because he's a great person and he deserves that kind of respect. So even today we will see that in some states, at least, perhaps in all states, I don't know, when these Jagat Gurus go, they officially, the people go and somebody from the state government's ministry goes and welcomes them also. So something like that. So you go and receive, or there you go, they go and receive, but here he's telling you go and get them to your place. So सुमन्तस्य वच श्रुत्वा हृष्टो दशरथो भवत् अनुमान्य वसिष्ठं च सूतवाक्यं निशाम्य च सान्तः पुरः सहामात्यः प्रययौ यत्र सद्विजः. So and in between there is one more line in brackets which is not there in Tilakakara's version. वसिष्ठेनाभ्यनुज्ञातो राजा सम्पूर्णमानसः. Anyway, so Sumantasya vacha shrutva, having heard the words of Sumantra, Hrishto Dasharatho bhavat. So that Dasharatha became very happy. And then what did he do? Anumanya Vasishtham. So Vasishtham Anumanya means he goes and he requests and takes Vasishtha's permission. So Sutavakyam Nishamyacha. So he makes. So now this is something called in. So let me tell you this small thing. So in Nyaya we have something called Samapta Punaratatva dosha. So there is a dosha of starting something which has already ended. So if something has already ended, why should you start again? So this very nicely comes. I'm assuming you will be interested in these small things, so I'm telling you. So there is a nice text called Bhasha Paricheda. So on Bhasha Paricheda, it's written by Vishwanatha Panchanana Bhattacharya. It's a Navya Nyaya text. It's a very famous text. And on that text, there is a commentary which the author himself wrote called Nyaya Siddhanta Muktavali. So Bhasha Paricheda starts with a Mangala Charana to Krishna. So Nutana Jaladhara Ruchaye Gopavadhuti Dukula Chauraya. And then anyway, so that shloka on Krishna, and then he starts his commentary called Nyaya Siddhanta Muktavali with a shloka on Shiva. So what is that shloka? Chudamani Krita Vidhuhu Valai Krita Vasukihi Bhavo Bhavatu Bhavyaya Leela Tandava Panditaha. So Chudamani Krita Vidhuhu, that Shiva who has made, Vidhu is moon, who has made moon as his Chudamani, and Valai Krita Vasukihi, who has made Vasuki. That means he has coiled up Vasuki. So that means he has put it around his neck. So Bhavo Bhavatu Bhavyaya, may that Shiva, so may he become auspicious for me. So that's the meaning. So the sentence has ended, but then the shloka kara, I mean the author also puts two adjectives, Leela Tandava Panditaha. So there this discussion comes up. So this is Samapta Punarat Tattva Dosha. So why should you say Leela Tandava Panditaha? Because there is no Akanksha here. So suppose you say, what did he do by making that Vidhu as his moon and things like that? So what should he do? So he should be auspicious towards me. Anyway, I don't know why I entered into this discussion, but I thought I will tell you something called Samapta Punaratatva Dosha. That means this discussion has, the context has ended. Bhavo Bhavatu Bhavyaya. So a verb is there, and then there is a akanksha related to that verb. So all those expectations that are needed to be fulfilled for a sentence to be full have been fulfilled. But then Leela Tandav Pandita has been said. Of course, they have some answer for that. Here, why am I saying this is, so Sumantasya Vachashrutva. So he has heard Sumantra's words already, and he has taken Vasishta's permission. But what does the Sutavakyam Nishamya? Again, the Sutavakya Nishamya means, Sutavakyam Nishamya means, so having heard, or having heard Suta's Vakya. That's the literal meaning. So it's as in, again, so all that is over. Why did this come again? So this is my addition. But then the Tikakaras are telling this has been said. So they don't mention Samapta Punaratatva Dosha, but they bring in this discussion. Why should he say this again? So it means that he has once again made Sumanta repeat the same story to Vasishtha. So Vasishtha was not there, they were in the Antapura, and then they go to Vasishtha perhaps, and then repeat the story, and then they take Vasishtha's permission. All the three Tikakaras, I think, at least two, have said, why should he take Vasishtha's permission? Because Vasishtha is his Purohita, so his Atvadyar, so his Ghar ka Purohit. And if he doesn't take his permission, he will get angry, they are saying. So that need not be the case. So they just mention, because it's the rule. I mean, it's dharma. You should take your Purohita's permission. Anyway, so having obtained Vasishta's permission, so Santah Puraha Sahamatyaha Prayayau Yatra Sadvijaha. Where that Dvija is, Yatra Sadvijaha, that wherever that Rishashringa is, that is, he is in Angadesha. So Santah Puraha Sahamatyaha Prayayau. This Dasharatha goes. So Prayayau means goes. And how does he go? Sahamatyaha, along with his ministers he goes, and Santavpuraha, along with his Antavpura he goes. So along with Antavpura he goes means, so along with the members of his Antavpura, that means his queens and all of them also go. So some of the Tikakaras are telling, so Santavpuraha, so along with his family, the queens and all of them are going. That shows that perhaps Shanta was their daughter, so they are happy to go to their daughter and visit their son-in-law and things like that. That's why they go along with the family. Santavpuraha Sahamatyaha. So the Santavpuraha, so anyway, I'm not able to recollect these examples. So when you say that Raja is going, but then you don't say Raja is going, you say something like, retinue is going. So that means the Raja is going, procession is going. So procession is going means Raja is going with the procession. That's the meaning. So Antavpura, so Antavpura is going means the members of the Antavpura are going, something like that. Anyway, so Vanani Saritaschaiva Vyatikramya Shanai Shanaihi. Yeah, so there is one half shloka which is in brackets. I told you. I don't know if you people have it in your books, but then Vasishtena Bhanugnato Raja Sampurna Manasa. It doesn't add much. It just says that Dasharatha, who has been permitted by Vasishtha, who is very happy at his heart, so that Dasharatha, and he's fulfilled at his heart, that Dasharatha goes to wherever that Vijasreshta is. And then Vanani Saritaschaiva Vyatikramya Shanai Shanaihi Abhichakramatam Desham Yatra Vai Munipungavaha. So Yatra Vai Munipungavaha, wherever that Munipungava is, that is to Angaraja, they go. And Abhichakrama means they enter that city, or they go to that city. And then how do they go? Vanani Saritaschaiva Vyatikramya Shanai Shanai. So slowly they go, crossing forests, and then Sarita is I think is a river and things like that. So they cross these things and go. So Shanai Shanaihi, Govindaraja is telling, Shanai Shanaihi means, so they went slowly. That means it's very beautiful. That forest and Saritas, so those rivers are all very beautiful. So they went slowly looking at those things, and so that's the meaning. Anyway, Shanai Shanai can also mean, so they are forest lands, so you can only go slowly. Anyway, so they went to that place where Rishashringa was there, and then Asadhyatam Dvijasreshtham Romapada Samipagam Rishiputram Dadarshatho Deepyamanam Ivanalam. So Asadhyatam Dvijasreshtham. So they approach. So he approaches that Dvijasreshta, that Rishashringa, and then that Rishashringa was along with this Romapada. So Romapada Samipagam. He was sitting beside Romapada by the time he goes perhaps. So he approaches that Rishashringa, and then Rishiputram Dadarsha. So he sees that Rishiputra Rishashringa. So he sees, so it just struck me. So he sees Rishiputra. He should actually say he sees Angaraja, but then his concentration is about Rishashringa. He has to get Rishashringa. That's his main focus. That's the main reason he went there. So you only look for what you most want. So he wants Rishashringa, so he saw Rishashringa. Anyway, so because otherwise you can say that he saw Romapada who was sitting with Rishashringa, but he says it the other way. He saw Rishashringa sitting with Romapada. So that's because his what should I say, concentration, or his point of, what should I say, interest is Risheshringa here. So Deepyamanam Ivanalam, so this is Valmiki again. So he's shining. How is he shining? That Risheshringa is shining as though he's fire. So he's so brilliant in his whatever Kanti. So Tato Raja Yatha Yogyam Pujam Chakre Visheshataha Sakhitva Tasya Vai Rajnyaha Prahrishtena Antaratmana. So Tato Raja, this Raja here is Angaraja Romapada. Tato means, Tataha means thereafter. So now that Dasharatha has come there, this Angaraja pays his respects to Dasharatha. So Pujam Chakre, so he does puja, or that means he does Atithi Puja, he welcomes him Yatha Yogyam, as it fits. This Dasharatha is a Chakravarti, so as it fits a Chakravarti, that kind of Atithi Puja he does. Visheshataha Dasharathasya. So Visheshataha means specially to Dasharatha. So Visheshataha he does special kind of welcome to Dasharatha, and then he welcomes others also. So he went Santavpuram Sahamatyaha, so Santavpuraha Sahamatyaha. So those people also he welcomes, but then Dasharatha some special kind of welcome. And why is that speciality? Because Sakhitvat Tasya. So because Tasya Rajnyaha Sakhitvat, because Dasharatha is a very close friend of Angaraja. That's why. And then Prahrishtena Antaratmana, he is very happy. Angaraja is very happy that Dasharatha and his ministers and his family, all of them have come. So with that happiness, Prahrishtena Antaratmana, he does puja, Atithi Puja. And then Romapadena Chakhyatam Rishiputra Yadhimate Sakhyam Sambandhakam Chaiva Tadatam Pratyapujayate. Romapadena Akhyatam Rishiputraya Akhyatam. So this Romapada tells that Rishiputra, Akhyatam means it has been, it has been told. So what so Akhyata means it is being told. So what is being told to this Rishiputra? So Rishiputra is Risheshringa. To Risheshringa, this Romapada is telling. What is he telling? Sakhyam Sambandhakam. So he is telling about the friendship of Dasharatha and Romapada. And Sambandhakam is the relationship between Dasharatha and Romapada, he is telling. So Tilakakara is telling here. This is where he quotes that, there are some manuscripts which discuss like that. But anyway, Sambandhakam, Tilakakara is telling there is some relationship through marriage or some birth somewhere. So 2-3 generations back, maybe their parents were siblings or something like that. Usually we find like that. So we are very close to some kind of family, friends or whatever, neighbors also perhaps. But then some generations back, they say, my grandfather's mother and their grandfather's father were brother, sister, something like that. So some kind of relationship also was there. And the result of the relationship is Risheshringa is as good as son-in-law even to Dasharatha. So this Sakhyam, this friendship and this relationship, what should I say, Romapada tells Risheshringa, and then Tadatam Pratyapujayat. So having heard about it, even Risheshringa pays his respects to Dasharatha because he's as good as his father-in-law. Evam Susatkritastena Sahoshitva Narashrabha Saptashta Divasan Rajanam Idam Abravit Evam Susatkritaha Tena Susatkritaha. So Tena means it can be in Angarajena or Risheshringena Susatkritaha. Well, so Angarajena you can take. So well taken care of. Susatkritaha is well respected, but then you can say well taken care of, that Dasharatha Sahoshitva. So Narashrabha, that great amongst men. So that Dasharatha, so Ushitva, Sahoshitva means so having stayed there. And how long did he say? Saptashta Divasan. Saptashta Divasan means 7-8 days. So Tilakakara and then not Bhushana, Tilakakara and what's the other Vyakhya? So Shiromani. So Tilakakara and Shiromani Kara are saying Saptashta means 7 plus 8. So that means 15 days he stayed there. And Bhushanakara is telling, so that number is not the point. So like we say, yeah, he stayed for 7-8 days. So 7 or 8, something like that. So about 7-8 days he stayed, something like that. Anyway, so 15 days he stayed, you can say, because we are following Tilakakara. So Saptashta Devasan Raja, he stayed there. Sahoshitva, having stayed for 15 days. Now Dasharatha is telling. So Dasharatha is not such a kind of person that as soon as he goes, he's telling. So that's not how you should be also. So he stayed there for some time and then he opens up his heart. Why did he come there? That he tells. So Rajanam Idam Abravit. He tells these words to that Raja Romapada. What is he telling? Shanta Tava Suta Rajan Saha Bhartra Vishampate Madiyam Nagaram Yatu Karyam Hi Mahadudyatam. So Karyam Hi Mahadudyatam. I have undertaken a great Karya, and for that sake, so Shanta Tava Suta Rajan Saha Bhartra Madiyam Nagare Yatu. So he's telling so very nicely, so diplomatic, you can say, or out of respect. That was the kind of courtesy convention. He's telling, may Shanta come to my city along with her husband. So he's not telling. So even this maybe indicates that Shanta is actually his daughter, perhaps. So he's telling, can you please let Shanta come to my city along with her husband? So, and then why do you want Shanta and her husband? Because I have undertaken a great task. So Shanta Tavasuta, Shanta is your daughter. Hey Romapada, Shanta is your daughter. So, or it can also mean that she's my daughter, but you have adopted her. Yeah, Shanta is your daughter only, but can you please allow her to come to my city? So Shanta Tavasuta Rajan, hey Rajan Romapada, Saha Bhartra Vishampate. Vishampate is hey king. So the lord of those subjects. So Rajan Saha Bhartra, along with her husband, Madiyam Nagaram Yatu. So may she be allowed by you to come to my city. Karyam him Udyatam. I have undertaken a great task. So Tatheti Raja Samshrutya Gamanam Tasya Dhimatah Uvacha Vachanam Vipram Gachatvam Sahabharyaya Tatheti Raja Samshrutya. So Samshrutya means having heard these words of Dasharatha. So he says Tatha, Tathastu, they say. So Tatheti means Tathastu, okay. Sure, I will definitely ask him, request him. So Tatheti Raja Samshrutya Gamanam Tasya Dhimatah. So tasya dhimatah gamanam. So he hears, I mean Dasharatha requested him to allow Rishyasringa, the Dhiman Rishyasringa, to allow I mean requested him to send Rishyasringa to Ayodhya, right? So that he hears, and then he says, okay, definitely. Uvacha Vachanam Vipram. Then he tells, having heard this from Dasharatha, he tells this to Rishyasringa, the following words. What does he say? Gachatvam Sahabharyaya. So see, I told you Valmiki's style is always direct speech. The same shloka, he's the previous shloka, he says this. So it's the same shloka actually. I mean, these two padas constitute one shloka. So the same shloka he heard from Dasharatha, the same shloka he makes up his mind, the same shloka he's also telling Rishyasringa. So Vacha Vachanam Vipram. So and then Valmiki is telling. So he tells these words. So all these come in one shloka. This is Valmiki's style, always direct speech. So Gachatvam Sahabharyaya, he Rishyasringa, you please go along with your wife to Dasharatha's Ayodhya. ऋषिपुत्रः प्रतिश्रुत्य तथेत्याह नृपं तदा स नृपेणाभ्यनुज्ञातः प्रययौ सह भार्यया ऋषिपुत्रः प्रतिश्रुत्य. So that Rishiputra, Rishyasringa, also hears, I mean he heard these words of Angaraja, because Angaraja said please go there, and then Rishiputra hears that, and he also says Tata Tathastu Tathetyaha. So he also says, okay, definitely Nrupam. So Nrupam means he tells that Angaraja, yes, definitely I will go. Tada means thereafter. Thereafter means having heard Angaraja's words. So Nrupena Bhyanujñataha. So he has also been permitted by Angaraja because he is his father-in-law. So you see, you should give respect to your father-in-law also. Equal respect you should give. So that's what Rishyasringa is also doing here. So he takes permission of his father-in-law, and Sahabharyaya Prayayo, along with his Bharya, he goes to Ayodhya. And then Tavanyonyanjalim Krutva Snehat Samslishya Chorasa Nanandatur Dasharatho Romapadascha Viryavan. So this Tau means this Dasharatha and Romapada, these two people, Anyonyanjalim Krutva, both of them, each to each other, they did pranama to each other, and then Snehat Samshlishya Chorasa. So because they are two kings, so they did pranam to each other, but they are two friends also. So Snehat means out of that friendship they also hugged each other. Samshlishya means they hugged. Urasa Samshlishya means, so with the chest they hugged. That means they hugged very dearly. And then Nanandatuhu Dasharatha. That Dasharatha became very happy that his desire is now going to be fulfilled. Nanandatuhu Dasharatha Romapadascha Viryavan. Romapadascha also. So Romapada also hugged him. So that's the meaning. Viryavan. So that Dasharatha, that great Viryavan, and Romapada both hugged each other. That's the meaning. Tatassuhridamapruchya prasthito Raghunandanaha Paureshu Preshayamasa Dutanvai Shighragaminaha. Tataha, thereafter Suhridam Apruchya. So Suhrid means friend. So Suhridam Apruchya, he asks his friend. So what does he ask? He asks, okay, can I leave? So you should ask like that and go. Okay, so people generally say, okay, I'm leaving and go. That's not how you should go. You came to somebody's place, you request them that can I leave, and then leave. So Suhridam Apruchya. So that's how we speak also. I mean, people today also. So before going, they say I am going and things like that. Take permission and go. Suhridam Apruchya Prasthitaha. So having requested permission to leave, he leaves. Who is he? Raghunandana. So Raghunandana is here Dasharatha. So he who has come in this lineage of Raghus. So Paureshu Preshayamasa Dutan Vai Shighragamina. So having taken leave from Angaraja, immediately what Dasharatha does is, so he sends some Duta, here is messengers. He sends some Shighragamina Dutan. So some messengers who can go very quickly. so who can travel very quickly, such kind of messengers he sends. Where Preshayamasa means he sends. So whom? So where did he send? Paureshu, to his citizens. That means he sends some messengers even before he reaches. So that they will make some arrangements. So this great rishi is coming. So they will make arrangements for his arrival. Therefore he sends messengers there. Then kriyatam nagaram sarvam kshiprameva swalankritam dhupitam sikta samrishtam patakabhiralankritam. So what's the message that he sends with the messengers? So kriyatam nagaram sarvam kshiprameva swalankritam. So quickly, kshipram means quickly. So you decorate the nagara. So nagaram swalankritam kriyatam. So you decorate the nagara very nicely. And dhupitam. So dhupitam means I don't know. Dhupitam literally means, so you can say dhupitam means you fill places with these fragrance incense sticks. So dhupitam. And then sikta samrishtam. So make those roads wet. So maybe you can assume that those days maybe there were only muddy roads. So if you make the roads wet, when these chariots come, the dust doesn't rise. So sikta samrishtam. Sikta samrishtam kriyatam. Sikta samrishtam means make the roads wet. And then pataka bhir alankritam. So you put these flags at all places. So you can see even now when they decorate some places, so they have these colorful flags which they are hanging and things like that. So pataka bhir alankritam. And also even earlier I told you about Rajpath, and all of us see that on TV also. And then if you are actually in Delhi, you can see that entire Rajpath has flag poles, like for every maybe 5 or maybe not even 10 feet. So maybe for every 5 feet you have a flag pole, which on Republic Day, whatever that parade, they are all filled with flags. Why should you have so many flags? You can ask, but then you should not ask like that. So that's because it's some kind of a decoration out of respect. So pataka bhir alankritam. So maybe like I said, this is the hangover we are having from Ramayana times, that you fill the roads with these flags and festoons and things like that. Then ततः प्रहृष्टाः पौरास्ते श्रुत्वा राजानमागतं तथा चक्रुश्च तत्सर्वं राज्ञा यत् प्रेषितं तदा. So let me just finish this sarga. I will take 2-3 more minutes time. I will take 2-3 more extra minutes. Tataha, thereafter means when these messengers reach Ayodhya, prahrishtaah pauraha. So they pauraha, those citizens of Ayodhya, they are also very happy. Why are they happy? Because they heard by then that this Dasharatha has gone to get Rishishringa so that he can perform this Ashwamedha Yaga, and then sons will be born, and they are also happy that a prince will be born to us. So these pauras are also happy. Prahrishtaha pauraha means those citizens also become very happy. So why are they happy? Rajanam agatam shrutva. That means they have heard that this Raja is coming. So they hear that and they are very happy. And what do? Tatha chakruscha tatsarvam rajnya yat preshitam tada. So they are happy, and then they do as suggested or as instructed by the king. So the king said, right, you wet the roads and then hoist these flags and things like that. So they all do all that has been instructed by Dasharatha. Rajnya yat preshitam. So whatever message that Raja has sent, tatha chakruhu, tat sarvam, all that he has said, they do. Tatha chakruhu means they do accordingly. ततस्वलङ्कृतं राजा नगरं प्रविवेशः शङ्खदुन्दुभिर्निह्लादैः पुरस्कृत्वा द्विजर्षभम्. So ततस्वलङ्कृतं नगरं raja pravivesha. So that thereafter that Raja Dasharatha enters that greatly decorated city of Ayodhya. And how does he enter the city? He enters so Dvijarshabham Puraskritva. So he keeps his Rishishringa in front of him and enters. So this is the kind of protocol, whatever, when this Mahatma is going, you don't go first and the Mahatma follows you. That's not the way. That Mahatma or whatever that sage Tapasvi goes, and we go behind him. So he keeps Rishishringa in front of him and he follows Rishishringa. It's not like it's my kingdom, I have to go first, but it's your kingdom, but then he's a great Tapasvi. So you follow him. And then Shankha Budundubhi Nirhadaihi. So when he's entering, this Shankha and Dundubhi are kind of, so these trumpet kind of things. So those things are being played. So these conch and Dundubhis are being played as even they are entering the city. ततः प्रमुदिताः सर्वे दृष्ट्वा वै नागराद्विजं प्रवेश्यमानं सत्कृत्य नरेन्द्रेणेन्द्रकर्मणा. So tataha, when these people are entering, pramuditas sarve. So all these citizens of Ayodhya are very happy. Why are they happy? Drishtva that dvijam drishtva. So Nagaraha means the citizens. So they are happy seeing this Dvija, this Rishishringa, they are happy seeing him. And then Praveshyamanam. So they are seeing him. How are they seeing him? They are seeing him entering. So praveshyamanam dvijam. So that they are happy seeing this dvija brahmana entering the city. And how is he entering? Satkritya. Satkritya means well respected. He is entering, and who is well respecting him? Narendrenendra karmana. So Narendra here means Dasharatha. By that Dasharatha he is well respected, and this Indra karma is a adjective to Dasharatha. So that by that Dasharatha, who is Indra karma? Indra karma means somebody who has done a great deed. In this case, he has done a great deed of getting Dasharatha into the city. Of course, Indra karmana here is a reference to the story that in Vamana Avatara, after Bali is subdued, so it seems Indra brought Vamana into Swarga. So when Vamana is brought to Swarga. So Indra, the way Indra welcomed Vamana into Swarga Loka, though it is his own Loka, but then he gave great respect to this Vamana, who is Vishnu's avatara. Like that, even this Dasharatha welcomed Risheshringa into his kingdom. So Valmiki Ramayana.net, that person very nicely writes that that even Vamana is a son of Kashyapa. So Kashyapa, so Vamana is Kashyapa, and then Risheshringa is also Kashyapa. So Risheshringa's father was Vibhandaka, and Vibhandaka was the son of Kashyapa. So there is some kind of relationship with Vamana with Kashyapa and Vishnu. There is some kind of relationship perhaps, because Kashyapa was instrumental for Vamana Avatara directly, and then indirectly Rama Avatara also he is instrumental. So in fact, some people believe that comes in Bhagavatam that this Kashyapa and his wife, so Aditi, I think so, Aditi and Kashyapa, yeah. So this Aditi, he had many wives, one of whom was Aditi. So this Aditi and Kashyapa in their previous whatever janma, they or whatever, yeah, they performed great tapas for Vishnu to be born as their son. They performed great tapas and they didn't even ask for anything, but Vishnu himself blesses. Some stories like that. So he is born thrice. So to Kashyapa and Aditi, he is born as Vamana. So they are themselves again reborn as Dasharatha and Kaushalya, to whom he is born as Rama. And then Devaki and Vasudeva, he is born as Krishna anyway. They say like that. So Indra Karmana is one who has performed and who has achieved a great thing. So that's the meaning. यथादिवि सुरेन्द्रेण सहस्राक्षेण काश्यपम. So यथादिवि सुरेन्द्रेण सहस्राक्षेण काश्यप, the same story I told you. So Kashyapam there means Vamana. So like that Vamana was welcomed into that Swargaloka by Surendrena, by the lord of all the devatas. Like that Dasharatha brought Risheshringa also into his kingdom. Antahpuram praveshyainam pujam kritva cha shastratah कृतकृत्यं तदात्मानं मेने तस्योपवाहनात्. So antahpuram praveshya, having they entered the city. Now they have entered the antahpura also. Enam pujam kritva, shastratah pujam kritva. So enam means to the Risheshringa, he does puja according to the shastras, and then having done that, now he is very happy. Kritakrityam tadatmanam mene. So atmanam kritakrityam mene. So now kritakrityam means one who has accomplished what is to be accomplished. So he felt, I have accomplished what I have accomplished. He felt like that. Now that Risheshringa has come. So Risheshringa has come means it's just a matter of time that now Dasharatha will have children. So that's the confidence he had. Therefore, he is very happy. So tasya upavahanat. So upavahanat means by bringing Risheshringa, he is now very happy, because he now thinks that my desire is fulfilled. So antahpurani sarvani shantam drishtva tathagatam saha bhartra vishalakshim प्रीत्यानंदमुपागमन. So these antahpurani sarvani, antahpuras literally doesn't mean antahpura. Antahpura literally means the inner chambers of the palace. So antahpurani, the inner chambers became very happy, means the residents of the inner chambers, that is the queens and people like that, they are very happy at seeing Shanta. So Shantam drishtva tathagatam. So tathagatam sahabhartra agatam. So that Shanta who has come there along with her husband. So having seen that Shanta, these people are very happy. And the Shanta is Vishalakshi. She has wide eyes. Such a Shanta, Prityanandam Upagaman. So they have seen that Shanta, and they also feel very happy. Pujyamana tu tabhissa ragnya chaiva visheshataha uvasa tatra sukhita kinchit kalam sahadvija. So Pujyamana tabhihi means by those people of the Antahpura, she has been worshipped. So she is worshipped very nicely. And then Ragnya Visheshataha. So even the king Dasharatha worships her with great respect. So especially worships her. And then Uvasa Tatra Sukhita. Sukhita means she has been made happy by all their Athityam, and she stays. Uvasa means she stays kinchit kalam, for some days they stayed there, Sahadvija, along with that Dvija husband, that along with that rishi Risheshringa, she stayed in Ayodhya for some time. So see, he asked for Shanta. I mean, that's a way of talking. So he says, can you please allow Shanta to come along with her husband to my kingdom? And then now that Shanta has come along with Risheshringa, he worships Risheshringa, but he doesn't forget Shanta also. So he worships Shanta also. That's the meaning again. And then we end the sarga here. Ityarshe Srimad Ramayane Valmikiye Adi Kavye Balakande Ekadasha Sargaha Om. So we have finished the Ekadasha Sarga, and then in Dwadasha Sarga you will see that the actual yajna will commence now. So Ashwamedha yajna will start, and then Putra Kameshti also will happen, and then I think in 18th Sarga or somewhere Rama will be born. So in between there is the description of all these yajna events. So we will see that in next session, which will be on Thursday. ओम यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकम् ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति 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 हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम तत्सत् श्रीरामार्पणमस्तु ओम. So if you have